Hello everyone and welcome to another Transformers review with me, Ferris. Today we're going to be taking a look at a quite oversized knockoff of Studio Series Bumblebee movie Bumblebee. I ordered this from AliExpress a couple of months ago and it turned up a couple of days ago. So I thought we'd have a quick look at it as it's the first knockoff of the year. So if you've seen any of my other knockoff reviews, you'll know that I don't usually bother getting boxes from China products because by the time it turns up it's usually really smushed. So what you see is what I've got. So as usual, before we look at the figure itself, let's take a look at what he comes with. Now he does come with these instructions and they're very basic. I do actually have the first version of this, which is just basically an upscaled Studio Series Bumblebee. So it's the same, it's just bigger. But it's the same as this, so I didn't see the point in bringing it down to have a closer look at it. So these instructions are just based off of that figure, but it's exactly the same, it transforms exactly the same way. And if you've got the Studio Series, you'll know how the transformation works anyway. So there's that, and he does come with a couple of accessories, the same as the Studio Series comes with. So he's got this blaster, and it's just done in silver with a little bit of white paint on it. And then he's got this sword that clips into the forearm, and again it's done in silver with some white paint. It's quite nicely done actually. Does look very good. I think this is a black Mamba / AOA mech figure. It doesn't say, but I'm pretty sure that's what the first one was, so sure that's what this one is as well. Right, so let's have a look then. So he's done up in this sort of fictional police deco. Honestly, I bought it because it's a beetle and I love beetles, and I just thought it looked fun, and I thought, fine, let's get it. It was like, I think it was like $10, so it was about £7, and I thought, well, for that price, I'm gonna take a punt. So he's got this police deco, and it's not, as far as I'm aware, I don't think that is an actual police badge. So I think actually, is that the Great Wall of China? Is that what they've done there? I don't know. Anyway, so you've got that there with a little police sign there, and it's got this sort of stripy thing going on the front, which does actually remind me of the wreaths that like Olympians used to get. So there's that. He's got some nice transparent blue for the headlamps and the windscreen and all the way around the windows. Some nice silver on the rims as well, that's quite good. And then he's got a little bit more of that going on the back there. And some bumpers just done in silver plastic. And that's what he looks like on the underside, and he's movie accurate. So yeah, it's quite nicely done. The paintwork is pretty crisp in most places. The bit on the front's a bit, doesn't seem to quite match up. I'm not quite sure which side should be correct, but they don't really match with each other, but it doesn't really matter. There's a little bit of silver down the centerpiece there as well on the boot lid. So yeah, it's nice. I like it. I know it's going to be a bit of a, you know, it's a personal preference kind of thing, but I do quite like it. I really hope that they do the green version for the German police. I'd really love one of those. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I don't think there's really much more to talk about with the vehicle modes. It's, you know, it's pretty much the same as the well, as every other one really. just to show you how much they've upscaled it, that's the original Studio Series. So that's a lot of upscale. It is, they've really gone for it. I mean, that's yeah, that's about 3 or 4 times larger. So they've really gone for it there. Right, well, I think that's all there is there, so let's get into transformation. Just before we get to the transformation, I realised I forgot to show you where the accessories store. So it is just like the original, so you can store the blaster just here. There's a tab here, and that will go in that slot there, like so, and then you can put the blade on either one of the forearms, it doesn't really matter. And there's 2 large tabs underneath, and you'll just go in these 2 slots here, like so. So it just stores under there, and yes, it does still roll with those under there, so it's quite tidy. Alright, so let me just pop these back off. It's actually quite tight, those bits. Get that one out as well. Right, okay, now let's do the transformation. I'm just going to move the camera a bit because he does get quite tall in his robot mode. So it's basically just a matter of untabbing stuff to begin with. So if it hasn't already moved down on its own, you just want to pull this piece down like so, and then you want to untab the roof section. So you just pop it up, and it will just come up like that. Just to get it out of the way, I'm going to tuck this piece underneath, and we'll get to that in a minute. Then you want to untab the door sections. So there's a large tab here that just goes into a slot in his leg. Just pull that out, do the same the other side, and then you have that. So we'll do the legs, and what you want to do is you just want to pull this apart like so. And that will also unclip the legs. Those 2 tabs there clip into each other. And you want to pull the legs down, do that both sides, and I'm going to just rotate him at the waist because it's a little bit easier. Then what you want to do here is there's a slider, so you want to slide the leg over, and then there are a couple of tabs either side of this front section, and they will just tab in like so. Straighten out the foot, and then just move this piece on its double hinge, and that will just sit like that. And that's that side done, and then you just do the same with the other side. So bring that piece down, slide it over, clip in, straighten the foot, bring this part down on the double hinge, and it will just rest there, and that's the legs. So just stand in there for a moment. Move the camera a wee bit more. I told you it does get quite large. Right, so back up to the top then. What you want to do now is you want to rotate, well, you fold out these pieces first, do that on both sides. And then you want to rotate this whole section all the way around. No, sorry, you want to swing the arms out first. Swing the arms out first, and then rotate the whole section around. So it rotates on this piece here. So just move this around, like so. And the same on the other side. Oh, now he's doing the splits. Like so, and we'll just leave like that for the moment. And you want to deal with this back piece, and it is just as fiddly as on the original. So what you need to do is you need to fold it at this large hinge here, and the whole thing's going to end up here. So just fold that over, and it's a bit awkward because I always find bits get in the way, and I don't know if it's because I'm doing the transformation the wrong way. I can't really, there doesn't seem to be another way of getting that under there, so let me just rotate it back a bit. Maybe it's a bit easier if I do it that way. No, hold on a sec. Right, sorry, I wanted to do that bit off camera because it's too awkward for me to stretch around the camera to do it. But basically, you're going to fold the whole thing up so it rests like that, and it's really fiddly. I don't know why Hasbro did it that way, but it's yeah, I don't like that part of the transformation, to be honest. So once you've got that done, then you flip these window sections down, and they just clip in. So you just need to untab them a bit. And then that bit folds in like that, and then you do the same on the other side. Flip that in, and that's the back done. Get right back round to the front, and you want to make sure all these pieces are in situ, like so, and then you just rotate the arms down, hold the hands out, do that on both sides, and then just put the arms to where you want them, and that is about it for the transformation. Make sure you get the feet right. Yep. Yep. Oh, it's come off again, flipping it. I don't know why these feet keep coming off on mine. And that one doesn't want to sit properly. There we go. Right, okay, I think we're done. Yeah, bits of it are a little bit fragile, I guess. You know, it's not bad, but yeah, it can be a little bit fragile. So yeah, so that's the robot mode. Let me just move this a bit so we can get it all in frame, and I do quite like it. It does seem to be a little bit more fragile than the first release, the all yellow one, but it's not too bad. You know, it was £7. Not really much I can say about it for £7, you know. Right, so let's have a closer look. Look at his face, and it's the same face sculpt. They've not really changed anything. The only thing that's different is the colouring. Really, everything else is the same, but it's quite nice. It's got some nice blue for his eyes, a little bit of red on this head crest, so if you wanted to, you could pop a little Autobot symbol on there. Some blue striping as well, it's quite nice. It does say that it's alloy deformation, which is a bit of a cheat really, because the only bit on it that's die cast is this piece. So they can say, well, it is die cast. Well, yeah, but it's only this bit. So be aware of that if you do decide you want to pick this guy up. This is the only bit of die cast in it. Everything else is plastic. We got some new details on the shoulders. We got this symbol again. This made up police symbol, I think. So there's a little bit of that. And then you get some extra bits just going down his legs like there was on the front section. Some nice blue there on the shins, and it's a metallic blue as well. It does look really nice. That's the back. Yeah, oh, he's got a little bit of yellow on his crotch section there as well. So yeah, it's a nice figure. It's nicely painted. So articulation wise, his head is on a ball joint, so you get quite a good range of movement. His arms, they will go all the way around, but that back section does get in the way slightly. They go in and out, and they go up and down slightly as well, so you get a bit of movement there too. He does have just over 90 degrees of bend at the elbow. Waist twist. Legs will go out all the way up, but not so far back. Out to the side. That much at the knee. Front and back on the foot, and he does have a tilt as well, but be careful though, because this isn't pinned, it's just tabbed, so if you do it too far, it will pop off. It's done that to me a couple of times as well. Oh yeah, and of course he's got some rotation here, and he's got some rotation here as well. Sorry, I've had the Christmas period off, and my brain's just turned to mush. I've got to get back into the swing of things again. So yeah, he's quite well articulated, but like I say, it's just the same as the Studio series. So this bit's really loose on mine here, so I have to do something with that. Right, the accessories, you can put this sword on either arm. I'll put it on this one for now. Just clips into his forearm like so. Oh yeah, and also, sorry, I should point out that he does have slightly opening and closing hands. It's not a great deal, but it's there. And if you want to use the cannon, you can only use it on his right arm, and as you've seen, that's come off a couple of times now. That just pops off, and then you just pop the cannon on. So you can have that like that. So yes, I like him. I know he's not going to be for everyone, but for me, I do like him. I think he looks pretty cool. Just for scale, here he is with the Studio series. So yeah, you can see he is considerably larger. He's yeah, he's really big. And yes, that is a different one. I've got two. And just for fun, here he is with the original Masterpiece Bumblebee, which is, as far as I'm concerned, still the best Masterpiece Bumblebee. So there you go. Yeah, I think he's cool. I like him. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. I get that. But for something a bit quirky, a bit different, yeah, I'm glad I've got him. For the price, I think he's worth it. Like I say, he is a knockoff, but he's quite well done. So yeah, I got mine at AliExpress. So if you're interested, pop over there and have a look. And I think that's it. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Oh, I forgot it's on the slider.
Fingers on plastic.